recyclable bag collection. So if you guys haven't watched that, please go watch it. Hopefully I already uploaded that before this or after, whatever. But either way, go and check it out. Go check it out. Go like and subscribe too, please. Like and subscribe too. Kinda tired. Kinda sleepy. Been up since like 3 a.m. But you know what? I have to get used to it because, well, we'll talk about that in another video, but we're gonna stick to where we are right now. I had already filmed this, obviously, like months ago, but I guess we're gonna do it again, just cause I don't know. We're doing another magazine video. I know that somebody commented that they love these, so I love that you love them, so we're gonna do them more. But please subscribe. We are doing the complete guide, The Office. If you don't get, if you don't understand, and if you've never watched The Office, get out. Literally. Best show ever. Number one show in everything. I am a little tired, so if I don't forget a couple stuff, if I forget a couple stuff, I'm sorry. But I watched the show for so many years and so many times that at this point, girl, it's exhausting. Like, I've watched it so many times, y'all, that right now, like, I have to take like year breaks because I get hyper fixated on the show again, and it's all I want to watch, all I want to listen, all I want to hear, all I want to watch 24/7. I literally, the last time that I watched it was like 2 years ago, and I watched it that whole year. I'm not even joking, and it was when it was on Netflix. Like, so it wasn't on Peacock. I didn't have to shout out Peacock because I'm paying like $2.99 for it now, but only because I was about to cancel it, girl. These prices are getting ridiculous with these streaming services. But either way, we are doing the complete Office guide, and let's just get started. Special collector's issues 15 years later. The inside story, a look back at every season. The star shares favorite moments, hilarious moments from the set. You guys already know what we do when we are just going through magazines. We're not gonna read everything, but we will read the bigger stuff and kind of see the pictures more. Are we in school? It looks like this is the content. Let's see if there's anything I can read real quick. Okay, so over here it says, I think I'm not gonna do that because it looks like it's gonna rip. But it says you never can tell what your day is gonna turn into. So it looks like just a couple episodes, and then we have the original UK Office. I think that is the original. I haven't watched it. I've always wanted to, but I don't know. Maybe I should if I'm such a big fan, right? Of The Office in general. We're gonna move on. This says The Office, 15 years after the debut, the series is still a hit. Obviously, the jokes are never too old. The jokes are awesome. Like, I love The Office, guys. I love The Office. Let me see if I can remember everybody's name. He's definitely, don't remember. Toby, don't remember. Dwight. You know what? We're not gonna do that right now. Like I said, it's been a while since I watched it. I know everything, but I may not remember like specific names, like just like how I did right now. I couldn't remember, but I remember obviously that's Aaron's boyfriend, little boyfriend. I don't remember who this guy is. Oh, it was when he did the cameo. Because he's from the original Office, the UK one. He did a cameo in one of the episodes. So that's who he is. And obviously, bam. Everybody's here, guys. Getting sidetracked. See, that's him over here. Am I right? I think I'm right. But I think I remember reading this a little bit. Maybe I should post that other one, and I'll post this one because I think I read a lot more of that other one. Okay. Meet the Parents show. The work world of The Office seems totally American, but its roots are 100% British. UK and British is the same thing, right? I'm so sorry. I'm such an ignorant American, but I think it is the same thing, right? I think. Yeah. UK, born in the UK. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Dunder Mifflin versus Wernham Hogg. And I'll read a little bit of these. It says in the pilot, Tim encases carrot, stapler, and jello, and enraging his co-workers, but entertaining the boss David, who encouraged it. So almost like a Jim and Dwight type of dynamic. Almost the same stuff. Like I said, I haven't watched it, but from what it sounds like from here, like the magazine, I've kind of read it before, so it's kind of the same stuff. I'm sorry, I'm still sick and anyways, Garrett lustered after Tim's season 2 girlfriend Rachel, but she's only had eyes for Tim. Tim's testmate Anne was planning her inappropriate, especially when talking about pregnancy. Garvin was legendary for making his co-stars laugh, especially Martin Freeman left. I used to get frustrated, said Merchant, because I was worried about the clock and running out of time. I think he's kind of talking about his acting career there. When Dave and Brent is looking at those cameras, he's looking at you, and you feel it. You feel the pain. So it says in the second part, Christmas special, Tim and Dawn finally get together. So that's like the UK version. Girl. Oh, I guess the UK version, The Office. Jim and Pam. And I might have got the idea to just do 12 episodes from Falling Towers, recalled Garfias, and left with Merchant. Add that with my laziness. Tim and Dawn dynamic was key to the series, and showrunner Greg Daniels understood that for the American version, he saw the show as a romantic comedy. Cute. I need to watch this one. It kind of sounds different. I kind of thought it was exactly the same, but it sounds the same, but a little different. So this is them taking it to the States, having the idea of bringing this UK show American-wise and an American setting and stuff like that. Greg Daniels' earlier career was mostly in animation. His take on The Office joins All in the Family in Sanford and Son of classic US-based British show. Carell was seen as a bit of a jinx before The Office, with 4 failed shows under his belt. What? He's such an amazing actor and such a legend in our generation that I didn't even know that. Merchant had never even been on a film films it before directing the pilot for the British version, so that's cool. Work here as long as you want. The NBC series takes off to a rocky start, but fate in its future keeps the show going. So this is a picture of everybody. This is the original cast. Nobody really left except Michael, to be honest, and Toby left for a little bit, but everybody else stayed, you know. Let's see if we can read here. Best episode, Diversity Day. If you know, you know. And to be honest, if I wouldn't have watched the show, like those first 2 episodes are pretty crazy, but once you understand the show, it's like super funny. But I can see how somebody that just started the show and then watches the first 2 episodes is like, yikes, I can see that. I can see that, but it is one of the funniest ones too. I kind of want to read this part. It says Jim's best pranks. Key to the show's humor. Jim's long series maddening pranks on Dwight began on the pilot with him encasing Dwight's stapler in Jell-O. Some other memorable mischiefs include convincing Dwight that Thursday was Friday, putting Dwight's personal items in the office vending machine, paying co-workers $5 each to call Dwight Dwayne for a day, making Dwight believe Jim had telekinesis powers, getting Dwight and Michael to try to buy a K-Dar online, impersonating Dwight right down to his speech, convincing Dwight that Jim was turning into a vampire, attaching a 500-foot red wire to Dwight's computer, sending him on a wild chase up on a telephone pole. That was so funny too. Selling Dwight's magic beans, then replacing this seedling with bigger and bigger plants. That was funny. That was a funny episode. Causing Dwight to fly to LA for a fake NCIS role. That was funny. Putting a dog dressed as Dwight in Dwight's chair. Christmas wrapping cardboard fake of Dwight's desk and chair. That was super funny too. Tricking Dwight into thinking Jim's hotel room was a murder scene. That was so funny. That was one of the best episodes in my opinion. Like making Dwight believe Jim was an Asian man played by Randall Park. That was super funny too. I remember every week being told that this would be our last episode. John Krasinski. So proud of John Krasinski too. He's like so successful now. It's so big. It's crazy. In episode 5, Michael ill-advisedly challenged Daryl to office versus warehouse hoop game. That's that picture. John Krasinski was supposed to audition for Dwight, but tried out for Jim instead. Michael claimed that 2:15. Girl, I'm not gonna read that. Okay. Human resources was the secret to the office success. Getting to know the core team. Michael Scott, played by Steve Carell. What a legend, huh? Truly a legend. Michael put a wacky twist on the holiday gift game in Secret Santa. See, I kind of don't remember this episode. What did he do? I feel like I can imagine it, but not really. So I don't know. Jim Helper, played by John Krasinski. The first question I asked when I got the part was, did Jenna get the part too? Oh, that's so cute. Hello, my name is Pam Beasley. Pam Beasley, played by Jenna was Kelly Kapoor. Kelly Kapoor played by Mindy Kaling. What a legend. And she looks so good in this series. She was so cute. And like the way she was like a bimbo, it was the cutest part because obviously she's not like white and blonde. So cute. I loved her in this series. I love Mindy Kaling in anything. The way I dressed the first season, you would have maybe assumed that English was not my first language, and that I was 63 years old. I mean, they worked at an office, so you have to literally dress like a lady and like a old lady. Not really, but you know, it wasn't her fault. I am better than you ever will. Everybody's favorite character, Mr. Dwight Schrute, played by Rainn Wilson. He's a bee farmer, and that makes total sense because you ever meet a farmer that can't quite ever fit in. I want to be a farmer, so that's okay if I don't fit in. I would love to be a farmer one day and like sell my stuff at a farmer's market. What a dream. Ryan Howard, played by BJ Novak. They had nothing in common and often mocked each other, but Ryan still asked Pam out in season 4. She said no. I think I remember that. So he always liked her. Isn't that funny? Mr. Darryl Phillip, played by Craig Robinson. Erin Hannon, played by Ellie Kemper. Erin's first name was Kelly, but she went by her middle name because there was already a Kelly. So her name was Erin. No, her name was Kelly Erin Hannon. That's cute. She was so cute. She was one of my favorite characters too. Andy Bernard, played by Ed Helms. Another legend. They're all legends, by the way. But, you know, there's some of them that became like super big, so we all have things that we don't like about ourselves, little things, and I get to amplify those things and put them out there. That's funny. Never ever give up. The big challenge in little details, the offense hits but stride. This was a really good episode. It's season 2. Aired September 20th, 2005, May 11th, 2006. 2006. You know how long that was? That was 21 years ago. If you want to feel old. 21 years ago. Casino Night. A moment. 2 years in the making. Please, if you haven't watched The Office, please watch it. Please watch it. It's such a good show. Dwight's birthday present to Michael doesn't have the desired effect. I don't remember that episode. That's funny. Michael gets his gold medal for closing his condo. Whoa, I was about to say something weird, so that's funny. That's what she said. Okay, so this is all the things that Michael responded. That's what she said too. So this is what they said to him, and he responded. That's what she said. That's like his thing. Holly said, "Don't make it harder than it needs to be." Jan said, I can't stay on top of you 24/7. Kevin said, "Why did you get it so big?" Angela, "You already did me." Like what? Jim, "So instead you screwed me." What? Dwight, "Force it in as deep as you can." Ugh. Oscar, "You should put butter on it." I think I remember that. episode, in my opinion. My throat is starting to hurt, and I'm sick. So, girl, okay. Small parts, big laugh. A wild assortment of memorable well, I can't read. Made sure background life was never dull. Paul. Okay, whatever. Stanley was a ladies' man who married twice and had numerous girlfriends too. A player. Stanley Hudson, played by Leslie David Parker. Phyllis Vance, played by Phyllis Smith. That's so funny. Her name was also Phyllis. Smith was assistant casting director Allison Jones when executive producer Craig Daniel decided to put her in the background. Angela Martin, played by Angela Kinsey. Kinsey wrote a birthday party invitation for sprinkles on a sticky note, which made it onto the pilot, and a cat lady was born. That's funny. That's funny. Kevin Malone, played by Brian Bugmartin. M&M's were one of Kevin's favorite foods. Oscar and Toby were in Finer Things Club with Pam. Toby Flanderson, played by Paul Lieberstein. Toby moved to Costa Rica in season 4. Oscar Martinez, played by Oscar Munoz. That's so funny, his name was Oscar. After Oscar and Angela made up, he became godfather to her and Dwight's son Phillips. I love his relationship with Angela. So cute. Actually no. He was low-key weird at first. If you know, you know. Creed Bratton, played by Creed Bratton. What? His name was Creed Bratton. The real Creed's top 10 hits with the grassroots includes Let's Live for Today and Midnight's Confession. Okay. Sometimes they would write my stories after the table read, and sometimes there were episodes where I didn't speak. In season 7, Michael gave Meredith the best mom Dundee after Jake later became a stripper. Meredith Palmer, played by Kate Flannery. Kate Lewis, played by Zach Woods. Woods started an Awkward Boy in a series of YouTube videos. He was a YouTuber. Comment down below if you were watching Zach Woods on YouTube before he was on The Office. That's crazy. Wow. He ended up being in The Office and like basically one of the main characters after like maybe like season 4 or something. Wow, okay. Peter Millers and Clark Green. Okay, now I remember their name. Peter, yeah, and Clark. Peter by Jake Lacey, and then Clark was Clark Duke. The new guys were hired as a customer service rep to replace Kelly and Ryan. Oh yeah, right. But I think Kelly and Ryan came back. No, I don't think they did. I think they ended up leaving. See, I don't remember now. Business is always personal. Relationship Done. Season 3 aired September 21, 2006 to May 17, 2007. Relationship drama takes center stage as downsizing changes the dynamic at Dunder Mifflin's Scranton. After Strasse's visit to Ryan's class in business school, Michael saves both his night and Pam's when he visits her show and flips over her painting to their office building. So here's the painting that Pam did. This is such a sweet episode. Like, that's what I love about The Office, that it's very human, it's very real, it's it's just so real, and it's like super funny at the same time. It's like the perfect combo for a show. Dwight's insanities. Jim only lasted 7 episodes at the Stanford branch. It really did not feel like it was only 7 episodes, you know. I remember thinking, I hope they get this steak because I don't want to do it again. Oscar Munoz on the Big Kiss, top right. Dwight's attempt to take Michael's job at the horrible in the coop. I don't know why I read that like that, but the beach games. This was also one of a really good episode. The fire pit was made with lava rocks and lights box and some flame gas flame. The guys thought the sumo suits were hilarious and uncomfortable. That's funny. This is when Pam confessed her love to Jim. Paper pushers. I'm a pusher, Katie. I'm a pusher. If you know, you know. Underneath the office is another world, the warehouse. Dressed as Bad Jesus. Oh, wow, okay. Michael visits the warehouse crew. Pam's jilted fiance Roy ended up owning a successful gravel company. So that's why he got rich. You know, later he ends up getting remarried, or married actually, and then he's like this really rich guy and like this fancy wedding. I guess it was from a gravel company. Good for him. Daryl was the one character in the warehouse that got all of the storylines, and he got the character development, said Getty Madge Rottenberg. He was a really good character and a good added character in the cast. Season 4 aired September 27, 2007 to May 15, 2008. On the podcast Office Ladies, hosted by the co-star Angela Kinsey and Jenna Fisher, Ed Helms said that he was a huge fan of the British Office and had also tried out a role for Jim in the US version. Couples are made and couples are broken. Ryan goes too far in his fancy new job. Dinner party. This is the episode that I'm talking about. This is the best episode. Made for each other. In very first episode, Dwight sings Angela's favorite song, Little Drummer Boy. They're so funny. Caught, the Dunder Mifflin's crew watches Ryan get busted for fraud. Jim and Pam's weird stay at Truth's farm includes a night in the irrigation room and a goose walk at dawn. Temp work. A look at the famous and soon to become famous faces who turned up on The Office. Before her office job, Amy Adams voiced characters as Greg Daniels, King of the Hill. What? Fun fact. Kathy Bates was going to show up for season 7, but she was cast at the star of another NBC series, Harry's Law, and left the office for good. Oh, Kathy Bates is Joe Benet. She's the CEO that came from Florida. I really wish she would have come back. She was a good character. Other side characters we also had was Will Ferrell as D'Angelo, Catherine Tate as Nellie, Ken Cho as Bill, Idris Elba as Charles Miner, and Rob Riggle as Captain Jack. I guess they wanted to have me play a sort of corporal version of a Stringer Bell. That's funny. she didn't get to be funny on the show, which was kind of a bummer because she's really funny. She was really funny on the show though. We do have the other special guesses. There was a lot. So Maura Tiener as Miss California. She was what's his name? Oh, Robert California's wife. The male as Christian, that was Andy's brother, right? No, that wasn't him. Okay, I'm probably not gonna remember, so let's move on. But they had a lot of special guests that were very famous. Everyone deserves a second chance. Michael meets his match and proves his mettle in an exhausting long season. Season 5 aired September 25th, 2008, May 14, 2009. Michael and Ollie charmed each other with their dorkiness, doing impressions. No one of Yoda and E.T., no wonder they were both picked on as children. That's funny. Scranton loves The Office. In season's final company picnic, Pam shows off her intense volleyball skills before Jim finds out they're going to have a baby. What? They were always trying to trip each other up and make people laugh. That's cute. Amy and Ryan in Gone, Baby Gone, with Carell and Dan in real life. Well, that's another show. That's cool. Stress relief. Oh, this one's so funny. This cat in Angela's Kinsey arm is real. The one she threw right after this was not. This was a really funny episode because Dwight wants them to learn about fire drills, and they have such a bad fire drill. It's just hilarious. Office romance. Love always works for everyone's favorite receptionist and sales guy. They had a very natural rapport, and they just felt at ease together. Not to be mistaken that they were actually a couple. Kransky late. Actually a couple. What do you mean by that? I don't know. Okay. They never dated in real life, so you know. But they were really cute on the show. This was their wedding day. So cute. If you know, you know. You have to pick your battles. Season 6 aired September 17, 2009. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm over here showing all my legs. 2009 to 2020, 2010, 2020. Okay, I'm not okay. I need to hurry up. Old favorites go to new places. Fresh blood shakes things up, and Michael scores a win. The Office drinking games. There's like a little drinking game here, and just little things. After years of being bullied by Angela, Phillips finally takes control of the party planning committee, if only briefly. Secret Santa. This was a good episode. It was a really cute episode. What the heart wants, from casual hookups to lasting love's passion, never in short supply. Does the balloon in Dwight's hand mean he's secretly happy to see Angela? Oh, that's cute. Just Peter was known as a young Jim in season 9, relationship with Aaron echoed Jim's romance with Pam. They were really cute too, though. Phyllis and Bob, fans for Fisher Hayden, were the longest lasting couple on the show. They were really cute too. I like to think of them on their farm, and maybe they're running a really crappy bed and breakfast. Angela can see on Angela and Dwight's face. That's cute. Ryan and Kelly, Aaron and Andy, Dwight and Angela. These were like all the couples. We were never really dating. We were never really not dating. We really didn't know. No one knew. That's what Aaron said on Aaron and Andy. BJ Nova is the godfather of Mindy Kaling's daughter, who was born in 2017. That's so nice. And he took that long boat trip because Ed Helms needed time off to shoot The Hangover Part 2. Oh, isn't that curious? I didn't know that. Wow, good for him. And then these are Michael before Holly. We just clicked, said Melora Hardy of working with Steve Carell above Steve and Nancy. Also worked together on The Daily Show and 40-year-old version. Him and Jam. Season 7 aired September 23rd, 2010, May 19th, 2011. Sometimes goodbyes are a bitch. Michael finds his bliss as Steve Carell departs, leaving the office without a clear leader. Michael gave his client list to Andy instead of Jim because Andy needed it more. Steve was really generous for an actor of his caliber. A scene would finish and he'd come compliment me, said Amy Ryan. Amy Ryan and Steve Carell demonstrating an incredible chemistry. Wow, that's cute. Threat Level Midnight. The movie included a dance number called The Scarn. Rashid Jones left returned for a cameo. Oh yeah, there he is. That's so funny. Why don't I remember this episode too well right now? At all. Michael Scott, Great or Terrible. Goodbye, Michael, and goodbye, Steve. Carell received 5 Emmy nods for his role, but no wins. After the 2011 ceremony, Ryan Wilson tweeted, "With true Dwight Schrute outrage, the world of TV should be ashamed of itself that Steve Carell never won an Emmy for Michael Gary Scott." And to be honest, he's right. This looks like a layout of the whole office. So that's really cool. Season 8 aired September 22, 2011, May 10 to 2012. Too much change is not a good thing. James Spader, arrival and confusion at the top makes a bumpy road. Who's in charge? Thanks partly to Robert California. Weird leadership style. Nelly and Andy battle over the management position all season. Angela's snarkiest lines. Dwight refuses to let little predictions stop him from Tallahassee's team building. Garden party. This was a really good episode. The dress code was Connecticut casual. Dwight was overshot he had fun working at the office. He took the office gig largely for the paycheck. I didn't like this spatter idea. They could have done better, Ben Silverman said. Really? The third advised James Spatter experience. James Spatter, Robert California, isn't finding a quarter behind Meredith's ear. He's just acting creepy, as per usual. Isn't that funny? He was kind of creepy, but funny. After The Office, the show writers went to create a long list of modern comedy. Parks and Recreations was the brainchild of Greg Daniels and Michael Schultz, who stepped away from The Office several years to work on NBC shows. I've never watched this, Parks and Recreations. It looks funny. I'm sure it's funny too, though. I just never watched them. I watched, they also were the creators for this Superstore, I think they're called. So funny. If you haven't watched it, it's so funny. Minnie Kaling's comedy, The Mindy Project, was one of the largest running shows created by the Office alum. Yeah, she's a queen. Michael Schultz was also co-created of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, starring Andy Samberg. I think I sporadically watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's all about the teamwork and the determination effort that people make to try to just improve where they can. Michael Schultz on Brooklyn 99. Schultz's last hit creation, The Good Place, won a prestigious Peabody Award. The directors. Just clap through it. When bright new faces in satisfying twist, The Office finds a way to go out of its own term. Aired September 20th, 2012, May 16, 2013, with Dwight's final changes included morning Tai Chi in the parking lot. It's a good episode too. Phyllis Bass, total badass. No one could ever predict that in the end Jim and Dwight would become friends. I don't think they were ever enemies. I felt like they were always friends, right? That's just me. Everyone deserved to have that goodbye moment rather than is that show still on? That's true. It was a nice ending, you know. I hate ending a show. Like, I've literally, if you guys know, I'm a super big fan of Dexter, and if you guys know, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my god, my brain. Sorry, guys. But I watched it when it aired. I was watching it while episodes were coming out, and I watched it years afterwards. And I never ever finished the last. I don't even think I even watched the last season. That's how much I hate endings. Same thing with The Office. Until I finished it one day and I was like, that wasn't that bad. Because sometimes the endings could be good or bad, or they're not the endings that you want. So I hate that. The best episode was the AARM. This is the last episode where it kind of concludes everything. The Dunder Mifflin softball team was known as Rambling Reams, Ending's big flame out, where Andy became viral for some video. Only good surprises. The last episode brings a wedding reunion and one last look at the old place. Andy found an iteration of years of his meltdown on national TV. In deleted scenes from the season 9 DVD, Erin's parents told her they were puppeteers just like her. That's so cute. A Schultz family traditions called for the bride and the groom to stand in shallow graves. It's symbolic. Michael Scott's return. Iconic. have so many videos. If you don't like this one, I have so many other more different types of videos. Recommend me some down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Even if they're nice, if they're not nice, go ahead and comment. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys really enjoy my channel. Please subscribe, and like. Love you guys. And I will obviously be back. Good thing my phone is just told me it was at 10%, so thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for being in this channel. Just thank you. Let me go before I keep on rambling. Thank you guys.